Let's get into some things of the things, child. We got some stuff to talk about today, honey. We got some stuff to talk about. Hit that like button if you are new here. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We have a great time over here. You meant what you said when you said it. Really be expected, because I don't be understanding y'all sometimes. And when y'all know when I say y'all, you know I ain't talking about y'all. I'm talking about y'all. It means that all these people that got something to say have been actively involved in the political process in their world. I don't believe it. You ain't gonna convince me. I know y'all love me. What's up? What's up? What's up? Happy went. Oh, it's a glare. Is that just me? Do y'all see that glare? I don't know. Happy Wednesday afternoon. Happy Wednesday afternoon. Hope everybody. Oh, that's a little bit better. Hope you guys are doing well. Cruiser, don't be calling me out. She know what I'm talking about. If she in the bushes, she know what I'm talking about. Don't be calling me out, Cruiser. Y'all come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Listen, let me apologize ahead of time. I saw a lot of you guys leaving comments that you didn't get the notification, and oh my goodness, I forgot it's Christmas. It's summer break. You going live earlier. I apologize, and I'm throwing off my schedule, and you guys are missing some of my lives. I can't control YouTube sending out these notifications though, but I do appreciate. I do apologize. Now, something else weird is going on where YouTube is not letting me respond to y'all's comments. Whenever I hit the reply button, it doesn't come up. So I don't know if I need to update the app on my phone or what. So I'm not ignoring some of y'all. If y'all are asking me a question or y'all something like that, I'm not ignoring y'all. It's just something is happening that's not letting me reply. So I apologize. But I've been going live earlier so I could do some of these, so I could do my panels and stuff in the evening without it being so back to back to back. You know what I mean? Like usually on Monday nights, I go live at 6:45. And then as soon as I get off of the live, I have to go right into the Whether You Like It or Not panel. So going live a little bit earlier because I can gives me a little bit of, breathing room in the evenings that I'm not just like back to back to back. Monday night is the Whether You Like It or Not panel. Last night we did a Big Brother panel. Tonight we're doing Heart and Hustle Houston. So it just gives me a little bit of break. Plus, I've been working on the travel. It's some other things. Y'all know I'm building my team. So again, if you want to be a part of the team, hit me up. But we are building up the team. So I've been doing stuff with that and helping people get, I told y'all I have 2 members of my team already, helping people get set up. And a few other people have reached out to me. Let's get it started. Like the people that reached out, let's go. Let's go. Let's get started. Start making some money. I want to help y'all make some money, honey. What's up, Tawanda? Hey, boo. So with that being said, that's what's going on with that. Quick check-in, and then we're going to get into these stories. I'm proud of myself, y'all. Today, I got up. I'm a little bit proud because I wanted to go to the gym today, but I couldn't get a meeting with my trainer. And I said, well, I could just go up to the gym and get on the treadmill or something. But I got up this morning and I said, I told y'all, I said I need to declutter. I need to get rid of some stuff. So I filled up 2 trash bags full of clothes. Now, it's hard for me. Sometimes it's very hard for me because I have a lot of clothes. Because generally, when you buy quality things and you take care of them, nothing's wrong. Like the clothes are good. They might be old, but they're not falling apart. They don't have holes in them. And so it was hard, y'all. Like I really sent some stuff to the Goodwill that I could wear. But I had to tell myself, girl, this shirt is 5 years old. Or some of the stuff I haven't worn. I was like, you haven't worn this. So I'm proud of myself. I took 2 bags of clothes to the Goodwill, and then I did take a walk. I took a walk today. I ate a banana for breakfast. Instead of, Dunkin' Donuts or something, I ate a banana for breakfast. And then I did go for a walk today. So I'm proud of myself. I had a productive day. Productive day. Tracy, don't you start with me. Thank you, KDK. Who got the membership, you guys? I don't know why Chuck never gets the membership. I really wish there was a way I could choose people, because I would give Chuck, I would just straight up give you a membership. I wish we could choose people. I don't know why. Thank you, Universal Goddess. Thank you. She said, I'm proud of you. Thank you. And listen, I'm going to stop beating myself up about what I don't do right and just start patting myself on the back when I do something right. So today was a good day. And then I have those pork chops in there. I'm going to put them in the air fryer. Even if I don't feel like eating them, I need to cook them. So I'm going to put those in the air fryer for dinner with some spinach. And I have some cauliflower rice. So I got t-shirts from college from 20. Me too, y'all. I have t-shirts. So I'm trying to be very intentional, because it's hard for me, y'all. Purging is hard for me. Now, sometimes I can get in the mood to purge and I'll be like, everything gotta go. But when I'm not in that mood, sometimes it's hard for me to purge. And so I did some purging. So T, what's up? What's going on? I missed y'all on Saturday. I saw you saying something about your tickets, but I missed y'all on Saturday. But I know we're gonna see each other soon. Chuck said, I'm good. I'm gonna eventually become a permanent member. Chuck, I know, boo, but you one of my boo things. You one of my boo things. Thank you, Just Sweet. Thank you for the gems. Thank you. I'm so glad I can see those now. I have clothes and shoes almost as old as Cajun. What's up? Oh, I got my twins in here. Both of my Tracys are here. Yes. Per things you don't wear for 1 year and up. That's what I said. I said, okay, when is the last time you wore this? Like I'm going to say this and then we're going to move on to the stories. I'm going to give y'all an example. About 3 years ago, yes, 3 years ago, I did some summer shopping. And I specifically said, I'm going to buy stuff that I think is cute, but it's out of my comfort zone, right? I'll look at something and think something's really nice, but not buy it for myself. I'm like, oh, that is really cute, but I won't buy it for myself. So I bought it was like 5 pairs of pants. They were from like Ashley Stewart. They were real cute, but they were out of my comfort zone of what I would normally wear. And they were summer stuff. There were a lot of patterns, a lot of bright colors. And I bought them, but they did not fit me right. Like in the hip area, they were too tight. They were my right size. Like I could put them on. I mean, they were my right size in the waist, but in the hip area, they were just too tight. And I kept saying, like, it was one of those things where I was like, I could get it on, but I'm kind of scared to sit down. You know what y'all know what I'm saying, like I'm scared to sit down. And so I held on to them, every year I would try them on again and be like, do they fit a little bit different? And out of the 4 pair of pants, like 4 or 5 pair of pants, I think I only wore like one or 2 pair. So that kind of stuff, I put those in the Goodwill because we're on our 3rd summer and you still ain't wearing them. So that kind of stuff. Really be by some low-cut tops. Why? I do have low-cut tops. I just don't wear them here. I got low-cut tops. I am a t-shirt girl. I love t-shirts. I love them. And like when I'm going live, I'm generally in the house. That's what I wear in the house. I wear t-shirts. This is what I wear. So when I go out and stuff like that, I have shirts with cleavage and stuff like that. I normally just don't wear them here. Every 2 things I buy, I got to get rid of 3. I can't handle it. That's what I think I'm going to have to start doing. What's up, Marcus? Me too. I'm getting up, putting my mom's clothes in the bag, donating them to the Goodwill. I'm glad I'm not buying. Yeah, y'all, when I say I have clothes everywhere, I'm not exaggerating. I have clothes everywhere. And most of it is lounge stuff. Most of it is just comfort clothes. Like it's not a whole lot of like work clothes. It's not a whole lot of dress up clothes. It's not. It's mostly just chill stuff like t-shirts and pants and shorts. Most of it's shirts. Like most of what I have are just shirts. just shirts. Anyway, so today was a good day. Today was a very productive day. Tawana said I need more lounge clothes. You said something out of your comfort zone. I didn't know you bring the girls out sometimes. Oh, okay. No, I do. When I go out, I mean that's not how I dress around. Like when I go out, but I'm not That's the other thing too. I just don't go out I just don't go out like I used to. I don't have a lot of like Majini. I've been trying to get in touch with you. Did you get my message the other day? I hope you had a good time on your cruise, hanging out with Dr. Seuss and stuff. Andre 9000 will love your low cut tops. Get us some free liquor. You know what? You know what? You right, Chuck. I'm gonna have to get us a low cut top. But when we go back to Bro Brothers, I'm gonna have to get us some cleavage. You're right. Andre 9000, he'll appreciate it. You right. You know, someone told me, you have too many clothes when you reach for the same things because you don't know what you have. Let me tell y'all something. This is how I know I have too many clothes. Because I will think about a shirt. Like, I'll be like, damn, I'm going to use an example. My Hillman shirt. I love my Hillman shirt. I might go, and I know y'all get ready to be like, really, that's ridiculous. I know what y'all getting ready to say. I know what y'all are getting ready to say. Y'all going to be like, really, that's ridiculous. But I'm going to say it anyway. Y'all, my Hillman t-shirt, I might go months and not know what that shirt is. And I know y'all gonna be like, that's really ridiculous. And you're right, it is. It is absolutely ridiculous. I have too many clothes. And not expensive clothes. Like those t-shirts that I bought the other day that I showed y'all, I did a video showing y'all. I got those off of a website and I got them on sale. They were like on sale for a certain amount. I got 4 t-shirts, that kind of stuff. But that's what I'm gonna start doing. Every time I buy something new, I'm gonna start putting something aside to take the goodwill. That is what I'm gonna start doing. So anyway, that's my praise report for the day. That I had a very productive day. I got up and I got out the house, and tomorrow I'm going to the gym. I'm going to my real orthodontist appointment, the real one, tomorrow. And then the gym is literally across the street from where my orthodontist office is. So I'm going to go to the gym. Y'all know there's somebody at my orthodontist office and somebody at my gym that watches me. And I went to the orthodontist one time. And I don't remember. I don't know if she ever told me her screen name or not, but she was like, "Really big TV," and I was like, we took a picture and stuff. And then it's another young lady. If you hear, drop down, say, "Hey, girl." There's another young lady that I see at the gym, and she speaks to me, and I speak to her. Usually, she's doing her thing, and I'm getting ready to do my thing. But she speaks, so I'm starting to see people out and about, honey. Starting to see people out and about. Somebody at my hairdresser, she told me that she be in here sometime. That's my bag girl. She always got a cute bag, and I think her screen name is something dealing with bags. She told me. I forgot what it was. I got a shirt I love so much from the Gap. It's so damn thin, damn near see-through. I had a t-shirt. I had a Mickey Mouse t-shirt like that. That thing was so see-through. I was like, you might as well not even wear this anymore. Like I used to wear it to sleep. I used to sleep in it. I was like, why do you even have this on? Why do you even have this on? Do I need to buy another ticket? Another ticket for what, boo? Oh, I have a question for Books and Bourbon. Babe wants me to get him a custom bat, and I want one. We'll have time for me to make 2. Okay. So as far as a custom bat is concerned, for custom bats, you might need to go over there early. This is what I would say, Tracy, for a custom bat, because we're going to the answer is no, you don't have to buy another ticket. But what I would say is for the custom bats, the day we're going on Friday. We're going to the Louisville Slugger Factory on Friday. I would say order it, find out on the website. Is there a certain cutoff time for you to order a custom bat? And then if they can't get it to you the same day, you can always go back on Saturday and pick it up. Because what what I remember is they need time. Those custom bats, it may end up being a wait time. It may end up being a wait time. So I would just go online and check on that. But you don't have to buy another ticket, because once you're inside of the factory, you can order. I feel like you should be able to order another one if you want another one. Because the one you're getting that's a part of your ticket, it's not a custom one. It's just a cute little like souvenir. So if you want to order a custom bat, I think you need to just go on the website and check about how that works, because I don't know. But you don't have to buy another ticket. No. I have 3 bedrooms. The main suite is a walk-in closet. The foyer has a coat closet, and I had the builder add a hanging rack in the laundry, and they all full of coats, clothes, and shoes. Don't judge me, baby. I'm not judging you. We're doing the tour Friday night. So let me say this, and then we're gonna really get into it, y'all. Y'all know the people be talking about how long it take me to get to my stories. Y'all know they say it take me too long to get to the good stuff. But the agenda for Books and Bourbon is Friday night is the Louisville Slugger tour and the bourbon tasting at the restaurant that's next door to the Louisville Slugger. I forget the name of it, but Chuck, you remember the name. And then Saturday, of course, is Books and Bourbon. And then Saturday afternoon is Bro Brothers. And I think we'll do the same thing we did last year, is just find somewhere to go out to eat. If we need to make a reservation, we can always call on Saturday. Once we have a final head count and all that, we can find somewhere. So yeah, that's the vision. Because last year I stressed out so much. I stressed so much last year about the restaurant, and we ended up just going somewhere right there, walking somewhere. I think it's isn't it like a Cuban restaurant that's near the hotel? But they had they were booked up. Maybe we can check into that. We can do games again. We can definitely do games again. London Fog and Burberry. What about London Fog and Burberry? I love both of them. Virgo Visions, Dominique. Hey, girl, where we going? We're going to Louisville the weekend of October the 24th to the Louisville Book Festival. Come and join us. All right. Let's get into these stories, you guys. So first of all, we have another divorce down to the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Yeah, Tawanda, we do need to look at flights, because I'm getting ready to buy my actually this week I'm buying my flight to Chicago, and then my next flight is Louisville. So are you in town? Are you here right now, Tawanda? Are you out? Because you're right, we need to go ahead so we can schedule that, be on the same flight. I'm gonna do the same thing I did last year, get on the first day flying out Friday morning so I can get there early. So whatever the earliest flight, yeah, let's talk. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that, Quake. Hey girl, Quake was mad she missed the live yesterday. You live in Louisville. Oh, come and join us. You live in Louisville. Chuck lives in the area, Half Pen. Come and join us. Absolutely. Hang out with us. Yeah. You're here and leaving tomorrow from Newark. Okay. You're here and leaving tomorrow you leaving from Newark? You can't walk right now? Oh, well, first of all, I'm sorry to hear that, but I don't know how to word what I want to say. Is it a temporary situation? Because you can still get transportation to meet us down at the hotel and hang out at the hotel. You don't have to do a lot of walking. I know the book festival will probably be a lot of walking. The book festival will, but you can meet us at the hotel and just hang out with us for a little while. We're going to be at the hotel probably Friday evening after we get back from dinner, and Saturday afternoon before we go to dinner. Or you can meet us at dinner if you want to. You don't have to do a lot of walking. It's in October. Think about it. I don't want to put no pressure on you, but don't let that be your deterrent, baby. We can meet and hang out. What's up, Candace? Hey, boo. Yes, you should come. You say you live close. Yes, come hang out with a sister. I'm gonna do a separate live one day this week. well, let me not say this week, one day in the next week or so, where we could just do a whole live on books and bourbon, Abby's birthday party. I can get all that information out because I feel like stuff is just kind of getting like this. I feel like we need to do one live where I can just go through everything. Right. Tracy said you could meet us in the lobby and have drinks with us. Look at Tracy, always trying to get somebody drunk. I'll be flying back in from my conference on Friday, so my plan is to connect with everybody at the museum. Okay. Well, you know, Half Pin, you already know how we do, child. You get in where you fit in. Get in where you fit in, boo. So Whitney Rose and her husband allegedly are splitting up. Now, if you watched the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, you kind of saw this coming. They've been having marital problems. They were going through the therapy. You don't drink. That's okay. We have mocktails. You don't have to have like a look. You can have some mocktails and just hang out with the crew. Yeah. Contrary to the way we talk, you do not have to drink to hang with us. Contrary. I know it sounds like that's all we do is drink when we get together, but please know that you don't have to drink to hang out with us, child. We have a good time without the alcohol. I mean, I'm going to be drinking alcohol, but you don't have to be drinking alcohol. You know, there's people that don't drink that hang with us. So it just Tracy will make you a nice mocktail. You won't even know the difference. So we kind of saw this thing coming, right? Listen, I never want to see people's marriages come to an end, but let me say, how do I say this? Because I'm not married, so I don't want to sound like I'm passing judgment. Because Lord knows I'm not perfect, and I've definitely made some bad decisions when it comes to relationships and who I date and that kind of stuff. But Whitney and her husband's relationship sort of started. They were both married when they met each other, and they were having an affair with each other. And then they divorced their spouses and they got married. So, I mean, there's that. That doesn't mean they deserve to not be happy. And I don't want nobody to think I'm saying that they don't deserve to be happy. Everybody deserves to be happy. And sometimes you do marry the wrong person and you fall in love with somebody else. I mean, you know, life happens, but I'm just saying. Really, whose heart have you broken? Oh, I'm sure some people could tell y'all some stories. And I've had my heart broken. You know, it ain't one-sided. It's sad because they both cheated on their previous spouse. Yeah, right, DB. You know, hey Kim. I thought it would be Lisa and John, honestly, child. I did too. I think they definitely are having some issues. So Whitney's husband looks like a Who from Whoville. Hey, Mims. I love that. I mean, I don't know what, because I don't want to sound like that's what they get and all that. Because I mean, I'm not one of those people. Because again, you know, life happens sometime, and again, people make bad decisions and they make mistakes, whatever. So I don't want to be like that. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, I mean, you know, really be as a cancer, you gotta watch them cancers. I mean, that's what they say. That's what they keep saying. That you gotta watch them cancers. That's what they keep saying. I don't know. All right, let's get into what is up with these families suing the estates. Yesterday we were talking about Malcolm Jamal Warner and his mama and his wife's, you know, the wife suing the mother because of the estate and things of that nature. Now, Lonnie Love, I don't know why Lonnie Love felt the need to put her 2 cents in, but Lonnie Love made a statement on social media saying that Malcolm Jamal Warner didn't leave a will. And I guess that's why the trust is handling everything. I mean, it doesn't matter whether he left a will or, I mean, it doesn't matter because that's not what she's suing over. She's not suing for a part of his estate. She's suing for the estate, for the estate to make good, the trust, to make good on the prenup. She's not suing saying I deserve half of what he has, or she's not doing any of that. But She's saying, look, these are the things that were promised to me in the prenup, and he didn't do them, and now he's no longer here. I'm just asking for the prenup to make good on that. That's so I don't think it matters whether he had a will or not. I mean, in this case, because that's not what she's suing about. But anyway, neither here nor there. Chadwick Boseman and his brother, child. The trust is stronger than the will, from my understanding as well. Chadwick Boseman's brother is petitioning the court to remove the widow as the administrator of the late actor's estate. So let's find out what's going on with that. Now, we just reading an article from People. Let's just find out what's going on with that. Okay. So Chadwick Boseman, who passed away in August of 2020 after a private 4-year battle with colon cancer, his brothers with an S, okay, are petitioning a Los Angeles court to remove his widow, Taylor Simone Ledward, as administrator of the estate. And documents obtained by People, Kevin and Derek Boseman, allege that Lewards, also known as Simone Ledward Boseman, has not properly distributed Chadwick's remaining estate assets in the 6 years since his death. And the brothers are requesting that she therefore be removed as estate administrator. She continues to exercise complete control over his estate without input from Leroy and Carolyn, according to the petition filed by Kevin and Derek, which references their parents, Leroy and Carolyn, who are supposedly entitled to 25% of Chadwick's estate. According to the petition, Leward is entitled to 50% because Chadwick died without a will approximately 6 days after they wed in 2020. Attorneys for Derek and Kevin and Leeward did not immediately respond to People for a request. So, let me get this straight. So, okay, so he didn't have a will. I'm confused. Hold on, let me go back up. Okay, the brothers are saying that the wife has not properly distributed Chadwick's remaining estate assets. They said that she continues to exercise complete control over his estate without input from Leroy or Carolyn, which are his parents. According to the petition filed by Kevin and Derek, which references their parents, who are supposedly entitled to 25% of Chadwick's estate. According to the petition, the wife is entitled to 50% because Chadwick died without a will approximately 6 days after they wed. Let me finish reading. Though a court per the filing allegedly used a final order in 2022 directing the wife to distribute estate assets, including a $40,000 lifelong term care policy to his mom, Kevin and Derek claim in the petition that she continues to exert unilateral control over decedent's estate, denying decedent's family long overdue closure or participation in decision-making regarding matters affecting Leroy and Carolyn's interests. Kevin and Derek also allege in the filing that Chadwick's estate includes additional assets beyond the previously outlined bank accounts and care policies such as royalties and residuals, image and intellectual property rights, real property, a previously undisclosed bank account at C&B, and other personal property. They say that her lack of transparency creates the appearance that she is concealing assets from the family and from the court. According to the petition, the wife never distributed the long-term care policy to Carolyn, and one of Chadwick's bank accounts and his IRA remain inexplicably open though the contents are unclear to Derek and Kevin. Additionally, numerous residual payments from SAG-AFTRA dating between 2020 and the present are allegedly unaccounted for, unclaimed property belonging to Chadwick per the filing, never marshaled, accounted for, or distributed. So are they saying that the wife isn't even picking up his paychecks from SAG? I'm confused. Derek and Kevin also claim that the wife failed to distribute Chadwick's image and intellectual property rights by exerting unilateral control so that she continues to profit from the decedent's fame. Plus, the filing claims that the wife has blocked Chadwick's family from pursuing lucrative business opportunities that might benefit the elderly parents. Ding, 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 ding. That's it right there. That's it right there. That's it right there. Derek and Kevin asked the court to appoint Jason Rubin, a private professional, fiduciary, and forensic accountant, as administrator of Chadwick's estate in place of the wife. Okay, let me go back up here for something. Let me check something real quick. This is, where did I see it? Okay, a final order. Now that's different. Let's see what where my half pen. Where my half pen at? What's the final order? Hold on, let me ask. Let's ask the people. What is a final order as it relates to a will or trust in death? Let's see what they tell us. What is a final order? Because I have a couple of questions. So my first question is, a final order is a judge's written ruling that resolves a probate or estate matter. Depending on the case, it may confirm that a will is legally valid, officially appoint the executor or personal representative, decide who the lawful heirs or beneficiaries are, approve the executor's final accounting, authorize the final distribution of money and property, resolve disputes involving the will or trust, and release the executor from. Okay, so it sounds like there was a final order as it relates, because he didn't have a will. So I guess in the final order, it said that 25% would go to Chadwick's parents and 50% would go to his wife. Who the other 25% going to? I mean, I can do math. So my first question is, are y'all the parents power of attorney? Because why are y'all suing on behalf of your parents? Because nowhere in there did I hear that y'all get anything. Oh, creditors. Thank you, Quake. Okay, that makes sense. Because nowhere in that article did I hear where y'all were supposed to have anything, where y'all were entitled to anything. So unless the parents have signed over their power of attorney to the two brothers, how are they suing on behalf? How are they suing at all? Do they even have jurisdiction or standing? I don't know what the correct legal term is, but do they even have standing to go into court and say we're suing because we feel like our parents that she's not giving our parents the 25% that she's supposed to have? Like, I mean, stand. Okay, I said the right word. I said standing. Look at me. But I'm just trying to figure out. So number one, excuse me, you suing on behalf of your parents. Then it says there's 25%. In 6 years, that probably is a good little piece of change. And it sounds like if the lawsuit is the combined total for the parents is 50%, so it's 25% per parent. Is that what you're saying? I don't think that's not how it read. It said that it was 25% for the parents. It didn't read that it was 25% per parent. That's not how the article read. I mean, that might be what it is, but that's not how the article read. So it sounds like, and again, I'm just going by the way I understood it, so I could be wrong. You know, if I misunderstood, y'all feel free to say, really, that ain't what it said. It sounds like they said that he got unclaimed money. Like, it sounds like she's not doing anything, good or bad. It doesn't sound like she's stealing or whatever. It just sounds like maybe she's still grieving. Maybe she just is. I don't know. I mean, it's been 6 years, but that doesn't mean anything. it sounds like she just isn't doing it. I don't know. But I really think that last paragraph, I think, is the issue, where it says she's blocked lucrative business opportunities. It sounds like people have reached out to the parents to do certain things as it relates to using his name and his image, and the wife has been like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. And that's what it sounds like. Now, 25% of his estate, and if they haven't gotten anything, that does sound like maybe, some conversations need to be had. But I still don't know if the brothers are the ones that should be having those conversations. So I had to probate my dad's estate because he didn't have a will, but he didn't have an estate the size of Chadwick's, and I needed the judge to appoint me as an administrator. Sounds like they're really concerned with the whole life insurance policy that probably was paying for the parents' living expenses. She has the right, doesn't she? So they'd have to sue the wife to get her to handle the complaints because they can't make her do it without a court order from the judge. Together, his brothers have actively worked to preserve his legacy, which includes establishing their family business, Bozeman Family LLC, to continue his vision for storytelling and the arts. So they need to use his likeness. Okay. Once again, I'm gonna say the same thing about this that I said yesterday. Unfortunately, it sounds like that they need to sit down and talk. For whatever reason, it sounds like the family and the widow are just not on the same page, and it sounds like they really do need to sit down and talk. Again, if it's been 6 years and she was supposed to give the parents 25%, even if it's 50%, whichever one it is, 25% of the estate, I mean, she should do that. If that's what the judge said to do, then that's what she needs to do. But I don't know what conversations were had. I don't know, but I hate to see this. If the parents are incapacitated, they probably can't sue. They could have had, I mean, that's why I said, are they power of attorney? That's why I asked, are the brothers power of attorney? I'm not sure why Chadwick didn't have a will. He knew he was dying. I don't understand. Sir, you knew you were dying. That's why you married that woman 6 days before you died. You knew, because they were together for years. It wasn't like she just popped up. But they literally got married 6 days before he died. What that was. That was a deathbed situation. And he probably did that to protect her. Here's the reality. He probably felt like, I'm going to marry you. Everything is going to go to you. Because isn't that normally how it works? If there's no will, it goes to the next of kin. I mean, I know that's not a cut and dry thing, but Chadwick lived a life of decency and respectability. It's a shame that this is, I feel the same thing about Michael Jamal Warner. I hate to see that with Michael Jamal Warner. USA Today reported each parent got 25%. Okay. Well, I just read people. So hold on. I can't. USA Today want me to pay. I can't. They behind a paywall. So if I go to USA Today, it's gonna block it. Okay. So if that's what I'll go by again. If that's what USA Today said, then that makes sense. Then 50% went to the parents and 50%. So then the judge just cut his estate in half, put the wife in charge and cut the estate in half. That makes sense. I mean, 50-50. And if what the brothers are alleging is what's happened, then that's the wife should send them, the wife should do what she's supposed to do. But again, I'm not privy to conversations. I don't know what was said and what wasn't said. And I understand the parents probably are elderly. I mean, if Chadwick was in his 40s, the parents may be older, but the reality of the situation is, if they don't have power of attorney, I just don't know how they sue on behalf of the parents if there's no paperwork to say that they're not able to do, I have the power of attorney and they can't do it. Long-term insurance is expensive as F. They probably can't afford it. Are the parents together? I thought they were, but that I don't know. Okay, course correction said the same thing. So sorry about that, Lauren. My bad. Each parent got 25%. So, okay, it sounds like the judge just cut the estate in half, which is probably fair, I guess. But I'm with you, Chuck. If Chadwick had enough time to call the priest, the pastor, the preacher, whoever, to his deathbed so he could marry this woman, he had enough time to call a lawyer and do a will. I don't understand. I don't even have no money and I got a will. And I ain't got shit. I ain't leaving nobody nothing but problems. But I got a will. I don't know. I hate to see it though. I really hate to see these families fighting. My family and I are in the process of funding our trust. It's a much better way to go, and you don't have to go through the probate process. Yeah, I've been looking into trust lately. I told y'all I've been listening to those AI stories, those AI like revenge stories, and a lot of those people end up putting their stuff into a trust. I said that's something I was going to look into. If you have property, go get a trust. Okay, then I guess I got to get a trust because I have my house and my car. I've got a will and a trust back in my country. They're also getting nothing but trouble, but it would be divided the way I see fit while I'm on this earth. Yeah, I mean, and not to be harsh, y'all know what we love us some Chadwick, but sir, you knew you were dying, like you knew. And again, if you had time to call the pastor down so you and your girlfriend could get married because you were thinking about her, you had time to put something on paper. Like I said, Aretha Franklin's will was written on a piece of paper. It was stuck behind her couch, and the court found that to be valid. It don't have to be that complicated. So yes, a trust, because with the trust you don't have to pay taxes. Yeah. So trust the better from what I'm hearing. What's this? Oh. I just put my inheritance in a trust. Okay. Well, we hate to hear that's 2 days in a row that we had to hear about these families fighting over these estates, y'all. Again. I just have to stress, please go talk to a lawyer. Go talk to a lawyer. Get the best advice for what you have. I can't tell nobody what they have. I don't know what y'all have. Some of y'all might be millionaires. I don't know. But go talk to somebody. The people in the chat are saying a trust. Go. So go talk to an attorney. Pay the retainer. Have an honest conversation. And then take the advice. Because, listen, I'm so sick of people not taking advice from experts like they know better. These people go to school for a long time to learn this stuff. Stop thinking y'all know better because y'all go to ChatGPT and ChatGPT told you to do A, B, and C. If y'all don't go sit down with an attorney that specializes, that's what they do, and tell them, listen, this is what I have, this is what kind of debt I have, this is what my retirement looks like, what should I do? And they say, well, this is what we recommend that you set up an A, B, C, D. I ain't saying don't get a second opinion. I'm not even saying don't look on the internet and make sure you understand the words that they're using and make sure you understand what it is that they're recommending. But stop thinking y'all know better than people. Y'all gonna go home and go on ChatGPT or go to legalzoom.com, and you're gonna know better than the people who went to school. Stop looking for shortcuts. I had a friend one time. said something about I do my own taxes. You pay somebody to do your taxes? I just go on. I think they went on what is that website where you could, not H&R Block, but some, what was it? It might have been legal. It might have been LegalZoom. I don't know. I just went on such and such and such and such, and I do my own taxes. And guess what? They ended up owing because they did something wrong, and the government said, you didn't do A, B, and C, and then they ended up owing. And I'm over here good. I'd rather pay a little bit more on the front end and make sure I'm good. Now, that's just me. I can't tell y'all how to spend y'all money. I'm just telling you how I spend mine. Powerful, did you get your email, boo? Go to chat before going to the lawyer. Going in blind, lawyers can take advantage of your ignorance. I mean... I think go. I'm not going to. Well, I think you definitely should go in with a certain level of understanding. I think that's good. I think that's in anything. Like I was talking to somebody yesterday about when you go to the car dealership. I think nowadays, because there's so much information available to us, I think any situation you go into, you should walk in with a certain level of knowledge. You ready to go buy a car? There's no reason in the world why anybody should be walking into a car lot blind these days. To be perfectly honest, these days, half the time you done half the work for the dealer. I know the last car that I bought, I mean, it was a few little odds and ends, but for the most part, I had went online, I'd done the research, I found the car, I did do some test drives, but just get two experts, financial advisor, and a lawyer, they'll consult. A lawyer intentionally taking advantage of ignorance is an ethical violation. Well, that is true. YouTube University is right there too. You right. But I just hate to see it. I hate to see these families fighting. I just do. I really just hate to see these families fighting. But anyway, there's that. What's this? So I know I have not talked a lot about Nolan Wells over here, but let's talk a little bit about it. Let's get a little bit into the Nolan Wells of it all. They released the independent autopsy information today. Y'all know Nolan Wells. Do I need to go through the whole Nolan Wells story? The young man who went out with his friends on 4th of July, the black kid, all the white friends, and the white friends came home. He did not, and his body washed up. He had allegedly drowned. I'm gonna just say allegedly because So I have thoughts on a lot. It's in layers. My thoughts are in layers. So my first thing was, did anybody tune into the press conference today that Ben Crump was reading the independent autopsy at the press conference from the NAACP convention today? Did anybody look at that? First of all, what the fuck was that? I couldn't even watch the whole thing. I said, I'll just have to catch an article that summarizes this. That shit was painful to watch. Am I the only one that felt like it was painful to watch? First of all, why was that man up there reading like he didn't graduate from high school? That's number one. Number two, was that your first time reading it? You didn't like read it last night and highlight the hard words that you maybe weren't sure about or you didn't know how to pronounce? Like, did you not practice this? Like, you called the fucking press conference. You didn't practice that? Then you're reading it like this. The audience is over there. You're turned like this reading it. Why you don't have a teleprompter set up? Why you don't have notes in front of you? I had to turn it off. I said, I can't sit through this shit. You call a whole press conference for this? They should have, first of all, they should have given us the Cliff Notes. Because let's be very honest. There's a small percentage of the population that really wanted to hear the whole word for word from beginning to end breakdown. A small percentage. Most of us wanted the Cliff Notes. Most of us wanted the big picture. That's what most of us wanted. Now, I can't speak for every single person, but most of us wanted that. So that's what you could have gave us. That's number one. Number two, if you were going to give us the whole medical breakdown, then have a medical professional there to explain what the fuck it means. And am I the only one? Again, y'all feel free in the chat to say no, really be nah. But am I the only one that sort of walked away and didn't feel like I got any new information? Am I the only one? I honestly don't feel like we gathered or we garnered any new information. I honestly don't. And I could be wrong. Maybe I'm missing something, but I don't feel like we walked away with a lot. And now everybody's making a big deal. Oh, well, they didn't have his lungs and they didn't have his stomach. Well, because it was a second autopsy, and maybe people don't understand how autopsy works and what an autopsy is. I don't know. But my other thing too is the person who did the second autopsy knew he didn't have everything. He or she didn't have anything when they did it. So there must be a reason why they moved forward, knowing they didn't have everything. I don't know what that reason is. Again, I didn't go to medical school. I don't know what that reason is. But there's a reason why if they needed if they needed all of the body parts, I'm not trying to be gruesome, you guys, but if they needed all of the body parts, it seemed like they would have been, I don't know. I just didn't feel like we garnered any new information. I will say this. We got nothing except the confusion on the back of his head that they didn't get the neck, but contusion. But that's normal when doing multiple autopsies, right? The doctors on Don Lemon broke it down. Well, that's what they should have had. Maybe I have to go back and listen to Don Lemon later on today. Some parts were taken to a lab for toxicology reports since 2 hours. Right. I understand. And that's what I'm saying, Quake. Like, I get it. I was in another live and they kept making a big deal. Right. A big deal about the missing organ. Right. Chrissy, that's what I'm saying. I just think now all you've done is open up the door for more internet detectives and police officers. Now, I will say this. One of his friends did do an interview on a podcast of a former cop who was very MAGA. I find it very interesting. First of all, I find it interesting that any of these people are talking. But the guy, I'm gonna say young man. I'm gonna be nice and say young man. The young man did an interview on this podcast, and he ended up kind of contradicting some other things. He said in his interview that Nolan wasn't overly drunk, and he had, he said, I wasn't with him the whole day, but we had a couple of conversations, and he was fine. He was fine. Now the other friend said he was so drunk he was slurring his words, and he was so drunk, and he was so drunk. Let me read this article, child. So let me just read again. I'm reading from People Magazine. So, in the first of a new interview, Warren Hudson recalled the lead up to the 4th of July boat trip and his friendship with the late 18-year-old. So he says here, Nolan Wells, a close friend of Nolan Wells has revealed what he saw in the hours before the 18-year-old student died following a 4th of July boat trip. Warren Hudson says he was with one of the last people to see Wells alive before the college football player who traveled to the island with friends but did not return with them later in the day. Wells was last seen on Horn Island, a barrier island off of the Mississippi Gulf Coast around 3 p.m. local time on July the 4th, according to Jackson County Sheriff's Office. His body was found 2 days later, and authorities continue to investigate the circumstances surrounding his death. On Tuesday, July the 21st, Hudson appeared on a podcast with conservative commentator Brandon Tatum, known as the Officer Tatum, to discuss what he saw that day. The clip is just one part of the interview. I'm not going to play the clip. Previously, Hudson's mom, Chauncey Court, Judge Ashley Cole, Hudson's mom, so his mom is the one that's the judge, okay, who released a statement last week in which she defended her son and claimed that Wells voluntarily chose to stay on Horn Island, said their family wouldn't speak publicly and would only talk to an investigator or Wells's family. So I feel like this young man has gone rogue. Your mama said you wasn't gonna speak to nobody, then you done went and did this whole podcast. And again, I don't think it's an accident that the platform you chose was a MAGA platform. But I mean, that's another conversation for another day. But let me keep reading this article. So your mother said you weren't gonna say nothing, and then you pop up did a whole interview. I find that to be interesting. Now you done went rogue. I hope you keep talking, because I hope you say something that the police or the investigators can use. Okay. During the interview, Hudson said that Wells was eager to celebrate the holidays on the island. He said, "My buddies and I had talked about this." He said, "Everybody's very excited for the 4th of July down here. It's a big thing. It's a big deal." Hudson said the pair were together the evening before they headed out, staying at a friend's house before a larger group met up for the following day. He said that 3 boatloads of people went to Horn Island on July the 4th, describing it as the most popular day to be on the water. He went on to estimate that thousands of people were in the area that day and that there were miles of boats all around. "I think there were boats all the way around the entire island," he added. As the day continued, their group just grew and grew, he said, going on to claim that most people in the group, including Wells, were drinking alcohol. Hudson maintained that Wells seemed completely fine whenever they interacted, but noted there were others on the boat that day that he talked with. "I talked with Nolan a couple of times," he said, "but it wasn't like I was strictly sitting there talking to Nolan the whole day." Hudson went on to speak about the depth of the water in the area where their boat was, saying that towards the stern, the water was about waist deep, but towards the bow, the water was deeper. He added that the water was a little rough when coming back from the party. Remembering Wells as a joyful teen, Hudson said they grew up together and as part of a very tight-knit friend group, saying that they had become close in the 8th grade when the pair would eat together at a local restaurant once a week. Although he said he didn't know Wells's parents, Christine and Elmore, he maintained that they were still close friends. How you don't know his parents? If y'all such close friends, y'all known each other since 8th grade, you ain't never met his parents? That's suspicious. Anyway, Nolan and I were still just as close, and he was just as close with my family as anyone else. Well, it don't sound like you were close with his family if you ain't know his parents. The Wells family have publicly questioned key details surrounding his death, including why would he have voluntarily separated from his friends. Hudson did not discuss how Wells became separated from the group, instead focusing on the lead up to the island trip and their friendship. Although what was shared was only part one of the interview, As their own investigation continues, local law enforcement who have said Wells' friends have been cooperating maintain they didn't initially find indications of foul play or wrongdoing. They have noted that an official cause of death has yet to be determined. And then it goes on to talk about an independent autopsy, which of course we just talked about that. Let me say this. There are some inconsistencies as it relates to these stories. For me, the biggest issue that I have with the situation is when the young man was separated from his cell phone. We have seen kids fight adults over their cell phone. The fact that he would say, "I'm going to stay here while the rest of y'all leave," and y'all aren't saying, "Oh, well, he ran into some other friends." Y'all aren't saying, "Oh, well, there was a girl there he was trying to get with." Y'all aren't saying any of that. Y'all are just saying he decided to stay for whatever reason, but y'all had his phone. And then y'all lied to his parents about having his belongings, his keys, his phone. So y'all had his car keys and y'all had his cell phone, yet he voluntarily decided to stay behind and let y'all go without him, but y'all had his stuff. So let's just say he did meet up with another group of friends. How was he going to get home if you had his car keys? And at what point did y'all realize y'all had his phone? Because y'all didn't say, oh, shoot, y'all, we have Nolan's phone. We need it. Let's go, y'all. Let's ride back over there and take him his phone. Y'all didn't say that? You didn't say, oh, shit, I got his car keys. He wanted me to hold them for him. Y'all, we need to go take him his keys. And I told y'all before how me and my friends roll. When we were kids, teenagers, high school, hell, even college. Baby, if we came together, we leaving together. Let me say that again for the people in the back. If we came together, we leaving together. I told y'all we used to set up a meeting place. Boys are different. I mean, I'm just saying, and maybe they are, but I'm just saying. But even if they decide to stay, that's fine. It just doesn't make sense. And even if he just forgot, you know, sometimes maybe kids do forget. Maybe y'all didn't see the cell phone until later on that day. Why lie to his parents about it? Why lie to his parents about having his phone? They use the phone to track it through the 360 app. Why y'all lie about having it? When the father came to get his car keys, why you lie about you went in the house like you were looking for the car keys and said you couldn't find them, and then the girl came out and said they were sitting on top of sipping on top of the television. How you ain't see the keys? Well, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are we lying? Like, if it was just an innocent situation, why are we lying? Now, I'm not accusing these kids of doing something to that young man because I don't know. I wasn't there. But what I will say is their behavior after the fact is suspicious. That's all I'm going to say. His behavior, those kids' behavior after the fact is suspicious. I'm not saying they did anything to that young man. That ain't what I'm saying. I'm just saying their behavior after the fact is suspicious. That's all I'm saying. Quake said, think underage drinking occurred. They're not very responsible with their items. I understand that. That's what I'm saying. They may not have realized they had his cell phone to the next day. They may not. He might have been like, when he went home that day and was emptying his pockets and said, oh, shit, I got Nolan's car keys in my pocket. I got that. That's fine. But why lie? Why not say, oh, man, like when they first said that the boy was missing, y'all should have been the one calling his parents saying, hey, I got his phone. Y'all say he's missing. I have his phone. Let me, I'm gonna bring it over there to you. He didn't make it home last night. Oh shit, I had his car keys right here. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying them boys did anything to that young man. What I am saying is their behavior after the fact is suspicious. And then the judge releasing this long ass iOS chat GPT statement. Again, you're a judge. You should want to make sure that everything is everything. Like, why are y'all going into protective mode if ain't nobody do nothing? That's all I'm saying. Mississippi has a very, well, yeah, we know Mississippi definitely has a history, honey. I also think the parents shutting down the initial questions and everything when they discovered plays a huge part in this as well. Wait a minute. I also think the parents shutting down the initial questions and everything when they discovered plays a huge part as well. Whose parents? Nolan's parents? Thank you, Vinny Vin. Thank you. Thank you, boo. I would go into protection mode for my kid before I had any information as well. So I think that was smart for the parents to do. What is there to protect if nobody did anything wrong? You see what I'm saying? Like, what are we protecting? If I don't understand what we're protecting. If this, I hear what you're saying, but to me, going into protective mode, it for me indicates that there's something to protect. I don't know what we're protecting. If my son went out with his friends and one of those friends didn't make it home, what am I protecting? If my son didn't have anything, it didn't do nothing. I don't know. It doesn't matter. You're protecting them from the public court of opinion. There's no court of opinion if they're like, the court of opinion gets worse the more that they're dishonest. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but for me, the court of opinion, there's protection, and then it looks like, I don't know. I hear what you're saying, but I feel like that statement from the judge it rubbed me some kind of way. It didn't come off as, we're so sorry for the family's loss. We're going to do everything we can to help. I don't know. It ain't come off like that, but I could be wrong. They did do something wrong, underage drinking. Child, I ain't about to beat these kids up for underage drinking. If I know that one of my kids' friends is missing, I'm going to my kid and we're going to the family offering help. I keep coming back to the lies. I just keep coming back to, why did y'all hide that boy's phone? Why did y'all hide his car keys? Why didn't y'all take it to the family? The minute they said that young man did not come home, the person who had his cell phone should have been knock at the door. Hey, Nolan left his phone. Nolan left his phone on the boat, and we didn't know he didn't make it home. I was just gonna bring it to him in the morning. I didn't realize he didn't make it home. When the father showed up at that young man's house to get his son's car keys, why are we playing games? Why are you running in and out the house talking about something? Oh, I can't find them, and the keys are sitting right there. Like, why are we playing games? See, I hear what you're saying, Quake, but why are we playing games? I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to say, there's a part of me that does not feel like these kids did something to him maliciously. There's a part of me that feels like that, but there's also a part of me that feels like they know more than what they're saying. Now, why they're not being honest and truthful and telling the truth, I don't know. But there's a part of me that feels like they know more than what they're saying. That's just how I feel. I understand, Quake. I got it. We can play devil's advocate. I got you. DC Kool-Aid Lisa. What's up, ladies? How y'all doing? Yeah, I just feel like it's more to the story. That's all I'm saying. But that's what happened today with it, y'all. Also, we had a preliminary hearing yesterday in the David case out in LA. Now, I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to get to, because it was a very graphic day, and I'm definitely not going to get into all of those details. However, they did present a lot of the pictures. The family was in the courtroom for that, and I'm sure that was a very, very hard thing. One of the things of evidence of, for those who don't know what I'm talking about, David, the singer who allegedly unalived his underage girlfriend. I say that loosely only so that y'all understand the story I'm talking about, because I wouldn't say girlfriend, but Celeste Rivera, who was found in the car. She had been dismembered. One of what the police said, I'm not going to get into I'm not going to get into the graphic details of the dismemberment, but they got into that. They talked about the fact that they had matching tattoos, and the police felt like part of what the dismemberment was to get rid of the evidence of the tattoos. I'll just leave it at that. The tattoos were on the fingers, so you can take that how you want it. They said that allegedly David bought 4 chainsaws in the days before, the discovery of the body. I think they said they only recovered 2 of the 4 purchased chainsaws. Yeah. So, they said that David really didn't have any emotion, in the court. Why would he need 4? I don't know. I don't know. He needed help. That's why he needed 4. I don't know. July 12th, a black man. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, about the festival. Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know, ma'ams. I don't know his music like that. He's like one of those TikTok stars. Music, did music like it became popular off of that. But I don't know him. Okay, they saying alternative pop, ma'ams, or pop music. All right, so let's read this last story. Y'all, when I say y'all, I'm talking about the internet. Y'all getting on my nerves with this last story. And again, when I say y'all, I'm talking about the internet, y'all. I ain't talking about y'all. I'm talking about the internet, y'all. Okay. If he's anything like me, I had to keep going to Home Depot to get saws because the ones I was getting wasn't cutting down my trees. So it sounds like he was inexperienced with chainsaws. Yeah. I mean, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like yeah. I mean, I don't want to get too deep into that because, but yeah. This story, and again, I'm gonna read you guys the article. I'm gonna read the article from People Child. I don't know, People kept popping up today. Teen mom accused of shooting man found under her daughter's bed appears in court. So let me read you guys this story because I kept seeing commentary on this on like TikTok and different things, and I didn't know the story. I didn't know where the story came from, so I went and found the story, and I'm gonna read y'all this, and then I have some words, and they're gonna be very harsh. So buckle up. The Tennessee mother accused of fatally shooting a man she found under her daughter's bed is charged with first-degree murder, but can she claim self-defense? Kendra Scott was arrested in connection with the shooting that occurred on July 16th in Memphis. According to an arrest affidavit previously reported, police found an unresponsive man, later identified as Rodarius Morton, lying in the front yard suffering from a gunshot wound to the back of his head. Scott, per the affidavit, told officers that she came home and saw a dude under her kid's bed. I did what I had to do, she allegedly told police. Scott's child told police that they had invited Morton into the home at about 1:20 or 1:30 a.m., according to the affidavit. The juvenile told police that Scott previously said that if she sees a boy in my house, I will put a hole in his ass. Well, it sounds like you had fair warning. Sounds like you had fair warning. Court records indicate that Scott is charged with first-degree murder. She appeared in court on Monday, July the 20th, and was granted a $100,000 bond. The outlet previously spoke to retired law enforcement officer and self-defense expert Buddy Smith, who reportedly said currently known details might not support a self-defense claim. The affidavit does not allege that he threatened the mother or anyone else at the time, and those alleged facts will likely be important issues to the court and ultimately a jury. So let me say something. Let me say something. I saw today where allegedly the young lady, the 13-year-old, allegedly it's talking about that they were together and she loves him and people don't know what I know. Hold on, here it is right here. Tracy sent it to me. She posted on here, they just don't know the real story, baby daddy. Long live you, my baby. F my mama. Let me say something. Anybody that is in any way, shape, or form blaming the daughter, calling her fast, saying she this and putting adult things on a 13-year-old child that was sleeping with a grown ass man, fuck you. And I mean that from the depths of my soul. From the depths of my soul. If we are not going to blame the Epstein victims for being 12, 13, 14 years old and being a victim of these grown-ass white men, then what we not going to do is turn this 13-year-old black girl into a grown adult and not give her the same leeway that we give these white victims, because y'all will be the same ones talking about the Epstein files and Donald Trump and all these other people. But now all of a sudden, oh, she was just fast. This is some of the stuff I've seen online. She was just fast. She was just, look at her being grown, and she's a child. She's a child. Is she a misguided child? Maybe. Is she a promiscuous child? Maybe. Is she a child that maybe she was violated and she thinks that what this grown-ass man was doing was love? Maybe. Was this her second or third relationship with a grown man? Maybe. None of that changes the fact that she's 13 fucking years old. And we are going to stop doing to our black girls that we don't do to our white ones. We're going to stop that. Because nobody questioned these young ladies in the Epstein files when they told their story. And some of them were 13 years old, 14 years old. Yet we always want to find a way to turn the little black girls into grown women, making grown women decisions. We did the same thing with R. Kelly. Y'all, and when I say y'all, if it don't apply, let it fly. But y'all the same ones doing that whole R. Kelly situation. Y'all want to find a way to blame them girls. Oh, they was fast. Well, what were they doing there anyway? Well, where were the parents? Blah, blah, blah. Why are we finding excuses for the man who violated these children? I don't give a damn. R. Kelly knew those kids were underage, and R. Kelly went out of his way to maneuver around the law, even to the point where he did not allow those kids to talk to their parents until they were over 18, and there was nothing their parents could do about it. Like, stop. He called himself the damn Pied Piper, for God's sake. Yet we still want to keep finding ways to make excuses and turn these little girls into grown-ass adults. We don't do that when there's white girls. I don't care that this girl is sitting here defending this boy, thinking that he really loved her. I don't care. And I don't want to hear nobody say, well, when I was in school, I dated older men. So did I. That doesn't mean that it was okay. It means that we did it. A whole lot of us were in high school dating 20-year-olds. Hell, some of us were in high school dating 30-year-olds. That doesn't make it okay. And I wish I had $100,000. Well, the bond is what, $10,000. I wish I had $10,000. I would bond that woman out myself. She came in her daughter's room. She found a grown-ass man under her daughter's bed. She went and got her gun. He tried to run out the house, and she did what she said she was going to do if she ever found a grown-ass man in her house. That's what she said. She said she was going to do it. It was in the article. She said, I told my daughter if I ever find a boy in this house, I'm going to put a bullet in him. And that's what she did. Now, again, I'm not the judge of the jury, so I don't know the laws in the state in which they're in. I don't know what the laws of self-defense are. I'm not getting into that back and forth. But what I am going to say is, I think most of y'all, if y'all went to y'all child's room in the middle of the night and found a grown-ass man under the bed and you had a weapon in the house, I mean, I feel like most of us would go get the weapon. I'm just saying, I don't know. I think most of us would. And that might not be the first time she caught that boy in her house. Man, excuse me. He ain't a boy. He was a man. That might not be the first time she caught that man in her house. Maybe she let him walk out the first time and told him don't come back. I don't know. I'm not about to get into the legalities of it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not about to sit here and argue. I mean, when I say argue, I'm saying I don't know. I can't debate that. Some people say, well, is that premeditated because she said she was going to do it? I don't know. She probably shouldn't have, you have a right to remain silent for a reason. She probably should have. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm not even saying she's going to get off on self-defense. I don't know. I'm not an attorney. I don't know the laws. So I'm not even saying she should. That's not even what I'm saying. What I am saying, though, is I hate that I've heard commentary. Well, we are, and again, the people, not everybody, because I've seen a lot of commentary saying the opposite and saying what I'm saying. But the fact that we have anybody that's trying to make this child out to be a grown-ass woman, it is, and if this child really thought that boy loved her, calling him baby daddy and stuff, it's clear that there's some other things. It reminds me of that young lady. I don't remember her name, but the young lady who was unalived by her aunt's boyfriend. Remember that case up in Detroit a few months ago? She was missing. Come to find out, she was sleeping with the aunt's boyfriend and she was pregnant. And that's why he unalived her, because she was pregnant. Like, again, what we're not going to do is say that child was making adult decisions and thinking in her right brain. She's 13 fucking years old. It'll be the same people that'll say, I think 13 is too young to, I'm not going to let my 13-year-old go to the mall by themselves. But you wouldn't let a 13-year-old go to the mall by herself, but you're okay with a 13-year-old sleeping with a grown-ass man. All of a sudden, now she's an adult making adult decisions. Oh. But last week, she wasn't adult enough to go to the mall by herself. Oh, okay. All right. Let me see. Let me read some of these comments, y'all. Hold on. Somebody said, hold on. The guy's former teacher came forward and stated that he had special needs and was intellectually delayed. She said that he had the mind of a child. I don't care. He wasn't one. And I want to read his IEP. I'm qualified. I know how to read an IEP. I understand how to read test scores. Let me read an IEP. Was that his classification? Intellectually delayed, intellectually disabled? That's what I want to see. I want to see if his IEP said that. That's what I want to see. And even with that being said, I still want to know, well, what did he do every day? Did he have a job? Did he live by himself? Was he an independent? Could he live independently? Or did he have to live with assisted living? Did he have to live with his mom? Was he so intellectually disabled that he couldn't function from day to day? Did he know how to get up and go get a job and get on the bus and get back and forth to work? Did he know how to have conversations and interact with the public? See, I want to know. I was clearly responding to her decision to make a statement on the internet that threw her mom under the bus. I do the work in helping the children. Okay. Y'all talking to each other. Since he was running away and she shot him in the back of the head, she can't say it was self-defense because she wasn't in imminent danger, but I wish I could bond her out too. I know that's right. Well, wasn't Trayvon Martin walking away from old boy? Wasn't he on the phone with the police saying he's getting away? And the police said, we don't need you to follow him. Wasn't he walking away? He got off for self-defense. I'm just understand what you're saying too. T, we on the same page. I ain't arguing with you, baby. I'm just saying. Who was the other one that got off for self-defense? What was the other one? The Chinese guy, the Asian guy that just got off for unaliving the young boy who was running away from him. He allegedly stole water. Listen. Tracy said, girl, I would have jumped him with a lamp in my hand before I even had a chance to think about getting a fire. I'm telling you, yeah, I feel the same way. We be whooping tail. That's why I feel like that ain't the first time that she. I feel like the more information we get, I feel like that might not have been the first time that a situation like this happened. Okay, hold on. I would have made him disappear. Ooh. Naziah Harris, thank you, Xavier. Yep. It's awful how so many just throw our girls away as fast and grown or runaways. Abuse is abuse, no matter the socioeconomic status or race. Thank you, Yana. I agree. Right. In Alexis. Alex, let me read the IEP. Let me read the IEP. Right. Intellectually disabled can mean a whole lot. Let me read his IEP. Let me see what them test scores look like. Let me see what classes he was in school. Let me see that. Let me read. Let me find out. The difference is the mom doesn't have the complexion for the protection. You better say it again for the people in the back. Right, T, we see each other. I wasn't fussing at you. You know I wasn't. You know I wasn't, boo. He didn't show up at 1 p.m. He showed up at 1 a.m. at the back door, so he knew what he was doing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He knew he was sneaking in the house. He knew that little girl had to sneak him in the house, so he knew on some level he was doing something wrong. He knew how to get to her house at 1 o'clock in the morning. He wasn't that intellectually disabled. He got his ass up. He got dressed. He left out of his house, whether he had to walk, get in a car, Uber, whatever. He got his ass to her house in the middle of the damn night. Yesterday, I read that Zimmerman's homeless and MAGA has abandoned him. Oh. He knew to hide. Right. He knew to get under that damn bed. Yeah. Let me read his IEP, teacher. Let me read the IEP, teacher. It just, that thing pissed me. Because at first, I just didn't know what people were talking about. I was like, what are they talking about? And when I read the story, I was like, Jay Stokes said, I had ED students on the honor roll. I want that IEP. Say it again for the people in the back. See, baby, you, not you, but him, whoever this teacher was that came out and said that, don't play with educators because we're going to ask the right questions and get the answers we need, baby. Don't play with us. Maybe to the people, the regular people, the people that aren't in education and don't understand all the ins and outs and the ups and downs. Baby, you can be intellectually disabled and still be considered a genius. I need you to understand. I need people to understand. I do think her bond was kind of low. I agree with you on that one, Corey. I do think her bond, which kind of makes me feel like there's some sympathy there, because $100,000 bond for first-degree murder seems kind of low. Definitely seems kind of low. When I first heard the story, I thought he was like 15 or 16, maybe even 18, but 20, that's a grown man. Right. And she's 13. Again, if he was 20 and she was 18, I might be like, ooh, even, you know what I mean? Or even 17, I might be like, ooh, still minor. Don't get me wrong. 17 is still a minor. 17 is still a minor, full stop. But I might be like, ooh, but 13, bruh. Hold on. This is off topic, really B, but did you see that video of Shine Bright? You know, it's funny, Emily B. I thought about that as we were talking about just a minute ago when we were talking about EDD, and I thought about that. Y'all let's change the subject because I don't say what I have to say about that. Excuse me. Can y'all? Hey, the Netflix trend is officially over. I wanted to do one, but I couldn't think of what a cute one to do. And then whenever I would think of a cute one, somebody else would kind of do it. I couldn't think of a good Netflix. I wanted to do one, but it's officially over because Cheyenne Bryant, ma'am. So Cheyenne Bryant, if y'all haven't seen the trend of the Netflix documentary, like, you know, and it was so funny. Why Netflix tweeted out to my son, now how are we supposed to make all these documentaries? But anyway, Cheyenne Bryant did one, and in the video, she's literally putting on a robe, a doctoral robe. And the internet being what the internet is, the internet doing what the internet does, literally went on Amazon.com and found the exact same robe that she was putting on in that video. Mind you, she is still in that same room that has all of those awards and accolades, but I still don't see her degree on the wall. I still don't see the degree saying that she was conferred on a certain day and received her doctoral. I didn't see that. Then on top of that, and for some people, and I know most of y'all know this, I know most of y'all know this, but let me say this for those who don't know, and I'm not saying this to be smart. I'm really saying this because some people may not know. Everything on a doctoral robe means something. It's not just, you know, it's even the color of your robe. Just like a stole, when you get your master's degree, your stole, the color of your stole says what your degree is in. So for a doctoral robe, the color says what your degree is in. And so the color that she was wearing is a color for someone who's getting a MDD. Is it MED? MED? No, shit. EDD. Sorry, Lord, I couldn't get it out myself. Lord, not an M nothing. EDD, which is not a PhD. It's a doctoral, but it's two different types of doctorals. One is a PhD, which you actually write your dissertation. EDD is a non-dissertation, which a lot of educators have EDDs because they EDDs allow you to use basically it's project. A lot of it's project based. Not everything, y'all don't. I'm not saying every single EDD, but a lot of EDDs can be project based, and so a lot of educators. Because I was trying to decide between an EDD or a PhD, because you can use your use your school and put a program in place at your school and use that sort of in place of a dissertation. So the one that she used is actually it's for a EDD, which is a non-dissertation doctoral degree, and it's in education. So that's not even what you told us you got your master's degree. I mean your doctorate in. First of all, you said you wrote a dissertation. So why are you wearing a robe for somebody that didn't write a dissertation? And the color was the color for EDD in education. Girl, that's not what you said your degree was in. I need her to just go sit down somewhere. Girl, go sit down somewhere. I need you. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me see. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. Oh, no. Hold on. Hold on. Here it is right here. Okay. I just want to show y'all what I'm talking about. Okay. Okay, here it is right here. Okay. I knew one of my friends had it. So let me show y'all what I'm talking about. So this is, if you look on the left side, that's a screenshot from her video where she's putting on this robe. And then you see that's the screenshot from Amazon.com showing the exact same robe that she's putting on in this video. See that? See that? Okay, so the internet being undefeated. And then this was posted to show the different colors. So first of all, the doctoral robe has those bars on the side, those 3 bars on the sleeve. You see how the different colors, they're different colors. So that light blue is an educational one. Girl, just go sit down somewhere. What's up, KDK? Thank you, boo. She said, why not? Thank you for being a member for 7 months. I'm telling y'all, she's mentally ill and it's quite, oh no, that's Emily B. I'm sorry. Emily B said it's quite dangerous and scary if you ask me. I'm sorry. KDK said, why not Google it? You can search from an image. Listen. My thing is, you keep showing us all the stuff except for what we said we wanted to see. All I want to see is, I want to see your transcript where it has a date that says conferred on. What day did you get your degree? That's all. If you get your, me and El Teddy was talking about this the other day. If you get a copy of your transcripts, at the end of your transcript, it'll say the day that your degree was conferred. What day did you get it, ma'am? If you just show us your transcript, it's all right there. I don't even want to see your degree at this point because, hell, you can make one of them online too. Shit. I just want to see, I don't even want to see the dissertation because just because she wrote a dissertation doesn't mean she successfully defended it. Show me your official transcripts, meaning I want you to order them. I want them to come sealed and I want you to open them up online. And I want you to show us page by page. That's what I want. That's all I'm saying. And I'll be honest with y'all, I really don't care anymore. I don't care. Because at this point, either you are going to keep supporting her or you're not. I don't care. And the reality of the situation is there's a whole lot of people on the internet that do what she was doing and are very successful and they don't have a doctorate. Like, no, because Dr. Phil actually was credentialed. He let his credentials lapse, but he is actually a doctor, you know? So I wouldn't even put her on the same, as much as I hate to say it, because you know, who surely don't want to be defending Dr. Phil, but as much as I hate to say it, no, I wouldn't even put her in the same category as Dr. Phil, because Dr. Phil does actually have the credentials. He just let his license lapse. I think Dr. Oz is actually a medical doctor. He's just an idiot. Now there's a woman online who says she had classes with Cheyenne, but she doesn't think she completed the program. Right. Yeah, the lady said, hey, we took classes together, but I don't think she completed the program because, and she showed all of her stuff. She showed her degree. She showed her she showed all of her stuff. If we're talking about the same person. And I think that's what happened. I do think that Cheyenne Bryant was enrolled in a program, but I also think she didn't finish. And I think that when that school closed, she was like, oh, well, shit, the school didn't close. They can't nobody prove or disprove it. So I'm just going to say I finished. I really think that's what happened. I think she was in the program and she didn't finish it. That's it. Because that, if we're talking about the same lady, she did end up having to finish because she said the school closed while they were still doing the program, something because she had to stop or whatever, and she ended up having to transfer and finish the program at another school. If we're thinking about the same person, I believe that's what she said. Yeah, I believe that she did all of the things except for finish. I believe she was in the program. I believe she took classes. I believe she started working on a dissertation. I just don't think she finished. And it's a whole lot of people out here that ain't never finished. It's a whole lot of people. Listen, contrary to popular belief, doctorates are not easy, especially if you're an adult and you're still working and and raising kids and living like it's not an easy thing to do. So it's no shame in it. The only shame is when you tell us you have it and you don't, and then you get busted, and then you embarrassed, and then you got to all the things. Not the female love doctor. Hey, Pat. Hey. The people who came on Saturday got to meet Pat. They know she's a real person, not just some voice I talk to. Halfpin said, I'm technically an ABC, but my ass is gonna finish. I know that's right. Y'all know I want one. Like I want to get a doctorate. I just gotta find me a free program because I just I don't want to go back into student loan debt. I just do not want to go back into student loan debt. I wish I had just kept going when I got my second master's. I wish I had just kept going. Some people that graduated with me in my cohort, they just kept going. And at the time I was like, oh, I need a break. I'm burnt out. But I really wish I had just kept going because now and had my doctorate. That's me. Thank you. Oh, I think that's my bra. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I said that out loud. It's that strapless one. The one that they've been showing, like the strapless one. I'm gonna have to try it on to see if it fit my tatas. And then I would be done. I would already be done, and I would have got my loan forgiven because when I got all my other student loans forgiven, it would have all been lumped together. I could have got so I wish I had, but hindsight is always 2020. It's always 2020. I hear you. School is expensive. My mom told me to keep going. I'm so happy I did. Loans paid in full. Yeah, that's what I wish I had. I wish I had just kept going after my last program. I would be done by now, and then the loan would be paid off. But who knew that they was going to do a loan forgiveness program? I mean, who knew? Who knew? So I want to get a master's in creative writing, and I found a free program, but they're in places like Ohio. Well, a lot of places are online now. Like I don't, but again, I haven't looked in years. So hold on. What's this? Wait a minute. Hold on. Yeah. All right, y'all. El Teddy is going. Hold on, y'all. Before we get out of here, I got one more thing I want to tell y'all. Before we get out of here, I need to hit you up when I get off of here. If you still in the bushes, I need to hit you up when I get off of here. I'm gonna hit you up. Friendly reminder: if you are going to the Books and Bourbon and if you want a VIP package, that money is due by the end of August. If you are coming to Abby's birthday, I need your money. I really need your money. Well, I need your money by the end of August too. But I need your deposit like yesterday. It was $100 deposit. I need that like yesterday. For the people who are already in Charlotte and aren't staying at the house, I need your money by the end of August. I need your $75 by the end of August because again, that money is going towards the private chef and stuff like that. So I need to go ahead and get those things together. Okay. I need to go ahead and get those things together. That's what we're trying to do around here. We're trying to make some things happen. And don't forget the cruise. Of course, I'm going to call Royal Caribbean when I get off of here so I can do I need to do an update and find out how many people we actually have going on the cruise as of right now. I think we're at like 34. And y'all know the goal. Y'all know the goal is 50. We're trying to get to 50. We're trying to get to 50. So, I do have one more announcement to make. Hold on. Oh, this thing gets on my nerves, y'all. I'm sorry. What you cooking, Pat? Oh, is El Teddy not going? Maybe El Teddy's not going live. Is El Teddy not going live? I can't find. Maybe he's not going live. Is El Teddy not going live, y'all? Hold on, let me call him real quick. What's today? Wednesday? He should be going live. Right, Joe. If I had known they was going to listen, if I could see in the future, I would be Doctor. Y'all be calling me Doctor Really Be. Are you going live? Oh, that's right. I forgot. You're Twitch only. I forgot. Because look, I was trying to redirect to you and I was like, I don't see nothing from him. I forgot it's Wednesday. Okay. All right. Bye, Gert. All right. It's Twitch only Wednesday. Why y'all ain't tell me that? Why the pupils didn't remind me? Oh, now here go the inform now. Now everybody want to tell me it's on Twitch. Now everybody got that information now. Now everybody want to say it's on Twitch. What's up, Treasure Lane? Hey, mother. All right, so T, I'm gonna hit you up. I need to ask you about something. Alaska. Okay, so for those who do not know, again, they have changed the itinerary for the cruise in February. I know y'all might know that, but I just need to tell y'all again. So all them people that was like, oh, I don't want to go to Haiti, but I want to go on the cruise. Well, now's your chance because we ain't going to Haiti, okay? We're going to Grand Cayman. We're going to Turks and Caicos. We're going to the island of Grand Cayman. So listen. I was moving too fast. Y'all tried to tell me. All right, you right, Ray-Ban. You right. So, and the prices are still very reasonable, you guys. It's a $200 deposit. The final payment is due by the end of November the 28th. So it is still plenty of time for y'all to get on this ship. Y'all know we're trying to get to 50 rooms, but we have over 30. So we have a good little group going. I will have the t-shirt information for you guys. Ooh, I'm gonna have the t-shirt information for you guys very, very soon. Like, I'm gonna try to get it by the end of the month soon. So that we can get that information to James as soon as we can and get those t-shirts done. But actually, I don't know, because we have books and bourbon too. James, you ready to do some work on these t-shirts? You ready to do some work? Baby, we got some work. But I will have the price for the t-shirts and the link for the t-shirts for you guys by the end of the week. Not this week, by the end of the month. Let me say that, end of the month. By the end of July, I'll have the t-shirt information for the cruise. And again, that's voluntary. You do not have to buy a t-shirt. It is just something that, you know, is cute for us to all get on the ship on the same day and be looking cute. Anybody that went on the last cruise knows that our shirts were a hit. They were yellow and they were real cute. I'm going to have to bring it down and show it to y'all again. They were real cute. James did a really good job and everybody loved our shirts. So, but it is voluntary. I'm not making nobody buy no shirt. But they're real cute, especially when we all get on together. People be looking like, what? Look at them, you know. Books and bourbon, you said you want to go. That's my birthday month. Well, come on and go with us, Nisa. Come on and go. Hold on. It's the weekend of October the 24th. It's in Louisville, Kentucky. Let me give you the link. This is the link if you want to go. This is the VIP link. And the hotel we're staying in, I have to check and see if we have more rooms. I have got to check and see if we have more rooms. That's the link for Books and Bourbon. If you want a VIP package, that's the link. But it's the weekend of October the 24th. We are staying at, what's the name of that hotel we staying, y'all? It starts with a C. I don't know why I can't never remember the name of the damn hotel. Hold on. Oh, Jesus, my brain, y'all, my brain. I have to look it up. Do we get early check-in? Cambria, that's it. Lord, thank you. I knew it started with a C. It's the Cambria Hotel on Whiskey Row. The Cambria Hotel on Whiskey Row. So if you look it up, the Cambria Hotel on Whiskey Road. I don't know if I have any more discounted rooms. I can check this week. I know we had 10. I think all 10 of those are gone. So I'll see if we can get more rooms added at that discounted rate. But that's the hotel where we're going to be staying, the Cambria on Whiskey Row. If you Google it on Whiskey Row, that's the one we're staying at. Off topic, did you watch them Jezebels of New York? I saw the trailer. The trailer didn't really give me nothing. So we'll see. We're going to have a drunk old time down to the Cambria. We even got Chuck drunk last time. Chuck had to sit down for a minute before he drove home. When we got back, from the distillery, Chuck said, I'm going to have to come in and sit down with y'all for a little while. He sure did. Because Chuck lives down there, so he just drove and hung out with us. But he said, I got to sit down for a little while. And we blame Tracy. All of us blame Tracy for that. Y'all just don't know how excited I am about what's going on between these trips, between my team, my building up my team, these trips that we have going on. I'm excited. I am very, very excited. I'm very, very excited. Chuck had 2 sips. Well, clearly them 2 sips were too much because Chuck had to sit down for a minute. And then he talking about some check and see if that cute bartender is still there. Somebody asked about early check-in. So when we went last year, some of us were able to check in early. For those of us whose rooms were available, yes, they let us check in early. What I will say is, I think all of us were able to check in early. I know I was able to, because me, Cajun, Abby, Cruiser, and Tawanda, all 5 of us got there before noon, and all 5 of us, I believe, were able to get in our rooms because we checked, we put our luggage in our room, and we went across the street and got something to eat. So I'm pretty certain all of us got early check-in. Yeah. Now what they did say to us was, if you want to, like, we have a room on this floor, that floor. If you want to wait, this room is what's available now. But if you want to wait, because like they tried to put all of us on the same floor, but all the rooms on the same floor weren't ready. So they were like, if you want to check in now, we can put you on the 6th floor, but 5 of y'all are on the 7th floor. But if you want to wait, we can get you on the 7th. You know what I mean? They kind of did like that. But all of us were able to get in a room. Some of us were all together. Some of us were on different floors. But in the grand scheme of things, that wasn't a big deal. At least for me, it wasn't. I think me, Tawanda, it was like 3 of us were all together on my end of the hall. Cajun and Cruiser, I think, were on the same floor. You know what I mean? It was kind of like that, but it wasn't a big deal. But yeah, all of us were able to check in. And like I said, I know all of us, we were all at the hotel before noon. Probably before 11, because I know my flight landed at like 10 something. Because me and Tawanda had the first thing flying out. We were on the first thing out of there. It's your birthday month also. Can I come even if I'm not a big reader? Yes. Kim, come on and hang out with us. Absolutely. We're going to the book festival, but we did other stuff. Like I said, we played games. Everybody won a prize. We played like Family Feud or something. We played Black Card Revolt. What else did we play? We played Black Card Revolt, and we did in teams. That's what we did. We broke down in teams, and we played Black Card Revolt. We had dinner together twice. Friday night we ate at the hotel. Saturday night we went to a restaurant. We went to 2 distilleries. One was Black owned. We had a really good time at the Black owned. Y'all know we cut up at the Black owned distillery. And then we went to Angels and Envy on Friday night. Yeah, you don't have to be a big reader. We did so much other stuff other than the book festival. We had a good time. Chuck said, I can pick you and Tawanda up at the. Oh, well, shit, you ain't said nothing but a word. Thank you, Chuck. We will coordinate ourselves accordingly. You ain't said nothing but a word. Thank you, boo. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. Yeah, because me and Tawanda ended up riding an Uber together. And the funny thing was, had we coordinated better, I think me, Tawanda, Cajun, and Abby, we all landed like within 40 minutes of each other. We could have just waited on each other and took an Uber together. That's how we all ended up at the airport, like within, I think Abby was the last one to get there. It's the weekend of October the 24th. So it's the 23rd, 24th, and 25th. The book festival is actually on the 24th. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. Let me get off of here. El Teddy's going live over on Twitch. Myself, giving you the real tea, and Josiah are going to be doing Heart and Hustle Houston. We're going to be on T's channel at 8:15 tonight Eastern Standard Time, and I may pop back in because I think I may pop back in and do a members only. If not today, I'll do it tomorrow. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.